All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Hey, make sure you hit subscribe. We appreciate all your support. So hit that subscribe button. It's free. Hit the like button too if you like the show. But go ahead and hit subscribe now. All right, we got a great show lined up, so stay tuned in. All right, so we're here. Kane and I is bringing our first Sunday series to you. I've got a special guest all the way from South Carolina, Mr. Tim Bowers, motivational speaker, author. I don't even know what else to say about him. Host, frat brother, all around great guy, obviously. So, Tim, say hello to the people.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just so grateful and appreciative to be on the show tonight. Ready to just share some motivation, inspiration, and some empowerment with you guys, and also talk about what you all are subscribing for sports. All right, but I leave the expertise to these awesome guys. All right,
expertise might be a stretch, but all right, all right. So, Kane, man, how things going down in Florida, brother?
Oh man, it's been a good weekend, man. I finally got to kick back and relax a little bit, catch up on some sports. Yeah, you see that. Pop that shirt again, my man. You see, we both Winthrop Eagle graduates. Our boys won the Big South Championship today. We're going dancing, baby. We're going two-stepping. Yeah, two-step.
Right.
I saw that.
That's right. On ESPN National Television. So big ups to the Wu family. Maybe we get Sweet 16 or something, get the right breaks.
Well, yeah, okay.
Maybe, you have no idea who you're going to play yet. So we'll see how it falls out.
True.
All right. Tim, all right. So I know you're down in Columbia. No big things going on down there. South Carolina, men's and women's team, both having good seasons. All right. So, Tim, why don't you tell us, man, tell us a little bit about your book and the name of the book and where we can find it.
Awesome, E. Listen, guys, I'm so excited about this book. This is my first self-published book that I wrote. It's called Average to Awesome. Yep, there it is, guys. Average to Awesome, transitioning from where you are to where you want to be. And this is a really, really simple guide. I call it the blueprint to success, for students, young adults, and even adults that are looking to transition from where they are to where they want to be. So it's an interactive motivational guide, that really lets you know what it takes to achieve the big dream, what it takes to achieve the goal set, and the plan that you created, what it takes to execute that. All right. So you can find that book, guys, on Amazon. Just type in Average to Awesome. You can go on my website, timbowerspeaks.com, to purchase it there as well, okay? And if you can see, I have on the Average to Awesome gear. This summer, it's just going to be Average to Awesome out, guys. I'm just telling you, it's just going to be a whole line of gear.
Okay, so that means he's going to send us some to wear on the show, everybody. All right?
Absolutely.
All right, so now what Tim didn't tell you is that he's going to come up with a customized version where he's going to change it from average to awesome to from Kane to ice.
Absolutely, guys. Listen. I love it, man. And the cool thing about it is it's all related to sports at the end of the day. Success doesn't stop or the principles that are used just doesn't stop at, a business owner or author. It's across the board. These guys are professionals working to become professionals because they're using the principles that successful people are talking about. And so if you too follow those principles, you too will become successful as well.
Well, and you make a great point. And one thing I like about your book, like I said, is interactive. So there are actual exercises. There are things to keep yourself accountable, things to help you change behaviors or create positive habits. Instead of just reading about a bunch of other people's stories, So, that's what I really liked about your book. So anyway, all right. So let's get to it. Now, obviously in the world of sports, there's a lot of different things going on. Of course, the Warriors lost Kevin Durant. So what, if you had the chance to address the Warriors, what would you say to them? Kevin Durant with Matt Barnes. You know what I mean? That's like going from a Ferrari to, a 30-year-old Pinto. You know what I mean?
Come on, E. Come on now.
I'm just saying, Matt's kind of old. He might be locked up soon. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Just keep Derek Fisher away from him. That's all I got to say.
I think Derek will stay away from him.
I think they just got to make some adjustments, guys. I think, you know what's so crazy about this? Not having Kevin Durant just puts them in a position where they were last year, right? Kevin Durant just pretty much put the icing on the cake, and they still have to mesh together. Not having Kevin Durant there kind of, messes that chemistry up because they're still trying to build that chemistry with, having all of these superstars on one team. So I just think they have to adjust and continue having that mental toughness that they have. I saw that they lost 2 consecutive games over the recent days, which was, is really unheard of. But, amongst them, and it's probably, it's probably them not having Kevin Durant, but they just have to make those clear adjustments, man, and get out there and play the game.
Yeah. What do you think, Kane?
Well, they've been trying to build their chemistry the whole year pretty much. These 2 losses without Durant kind of, to me, exposes them. This isn't the same team that won 73 games last year. This team's missing, 3 big men from the middle that are no longer there.
True.
Golden State can't protect the rim anymore. They can't protect the middle of the paint. And Durant was kind of filling that void, actually stepping up his defense this year. So they need Durant back as quickly as possible so they can get that chemistry back together. They should be all right. First round, they may drop to the 2nd seed without Durant missing for these last few weeks of the regular season. So they bounced back today. They beat the Knicks, but they struggled to beat the Knicks today. I mean, they only beat the Knicks by 6 or 7 points. So that just shows you how valuable Kevin Durant is to this team now that it's a different team this year, and they don't have Ezeli. They don't have Bogut. They don't have these big men in the middle to clog it up like they did last year. So this team is really, really perimeter driven, especially when Durant's missing now. So it'll be interesting to see how they mold it and how Durant gets back and how he gets back in game shape.
That's a good point. All right. So let's see. All right, Daryl. So what else do we have? I know it's been a kind of a busy, weekend in the world of sports. So what else do we have going on?
Late last night we had UFC 209. Had a couple of good bouts, but the main event was Woodley versus Wonderboy. So everybody wanted to see that big matchup because it was a rematch of a fight they had in New York a couple of fights ago. That was actually a draw, which was very controversial because a lot of people thought Wonderboy beat Woodley, who is the welterweight champion. Last night's bout was pretty much a snoozer. If anybody watched that thing, man, that fight almost put you to sleep. The first 4 rounds. Now, I'll give it the last minute of the 5th round was pretty exciting. But that fight last night was a snoozer, and it ended up being a split decision with Woodley. So I don't think there'll be a 3rd fight just because this one didn't go over so well with the fans. There were fans booing, and people were at this main event. I don't know. I doubt there'll be a rematch on this one, but everybody's looking forward to 210, which has the big matchup coming up in a couple of weeks. I think it's April the 8th, I want to say, the weekend of it. So everybody's waiting for that fight pretty much.
All right. So let me ask you, Tim. Have you ever done any motivational speaking to teams or individual athletes?
I haven't yet, but I have some lined up that I'm looking to speak to.
Now, if you were going to do, if you were talking to, let's say, a UFC fighter, right before he's going out, and you had 30 seconds to get this guy in the right frame of mind, what would you say to somebody, to go out here who might be going out there to get his butt kicked?
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, guys, is mind over matter, right? So where's your mind, right? You need to be in that space of, listen, what do we practice? What do we practice for? Why are you doing what you're doing? And you have to prepare yourself mentally first. So when I'm talking to him in a way that, hey, listen, this is mind over matter, all right? You have to first go in with the mindset that, hey, listen, winners find ways to win. Winners find ways to win. So you got to go out there with a winner's mentality. You got to go out there with the Lions mentality. You got to go out there knowing that, hey, listen, this person is in my way. And if this person is in my way, I gotta do what I practice. I gotta do everything that I practice, everything the trainer taught me, everything that I gotta leave it all out there. You know how, your football coach will say, hey, listen, I want you to play the 0, 0, 0, 0 at the end of the day. So it's a mindset that you gotta have that when you go out there, it's attack. It's I am going out there to win. I didn't come this far to lose. And at the end of the day, I will be the person that stands with the belt.
There you go. We take on any YouTube show out there and kick you up.
Hey, you know what Mike Tyson said about a plan, don't you?
Oh, we all got a good plan to get punched in the mouth. But see, I like what Tim had to say. It brought to mind scenes of Rocky where he's running and Eye the Tiger, and he's driving the Trans Am and Eye the Tiger's playing. You know what I mean? Like all these flashbacks. Just got me pumped up. So anyway, King, what else going on this week in the world of sports, brother?
Well, for me and a lot of people, we had the college basketball matchup of the year. Of course, we're talking Duke and North Carolina. So that was a great game Saturday night.
Yeah, balling.
The game actually had 21 ties, and it was like 13 lead changes throughout the game. So it was a very tight game the whole way. North Carolina pulled away at the end. Joe Barry was absolutely on fire. 5 for 5 3-pointers. He scored 28 points for the game. Kind of led Duke away at the end. He put a couple of jumpers away, a layup away to seal the deal. Isaiah Hicks finally stayed out of foul trouble. So that was big for North Carolina because he didn't get to play in the first game when Duke won at Cameron because of an injury. So him not getting in foul trouble and being available for this game put UNC over the top. They are the number 1 seed going into the ACC tournament, which starts Thursday. Also, just today, big shout out to Justin Jackson, small forward from North Carolina, named ACC Player of the Year.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Saw that.
Okay. Now, is he a guy you project coming back next year, or you think he's out?
I personally think he's out. I just don't think he is quite NBA ready. But I don't think he has anywhere else to grow. I believe his game has gotten as good as it's going to get at the college level. But I still think he's a mid to late first-round pick, basically, right now, I think. He doesn't have anything to gain from coming back because I don't think he's going to get tremendously better. He'll get more shots next year, but I don't think he's going to be a better player than he was this year. So I kind of think he may have reached his peak and plateaued already, which is a bad thing for college basketball. Because usually if you're a college basketball player and you're one of those guys that's going to be a lottery pick, you don't stay but a year or two and you're gone. This is his third year at North Carolina. So that tells you he was a developmental player to start with. I just don't think he's not dynamic. He's not super athletic. He does have a good shot that he's developed over the last couple of years that is getting better. But I still don't think he's going to be that high of an NBA choice, but I think he's gone. I tell you, I think he does leave.
So do you think the Heels have done enough to lock up number 1 seed in the NCAA?
I think as long as they don't choke it in the ACC tournament and lose the first game, which is possible because they're going to get a 2 rounds bye. They're not going to have to play till Saturday. I want to say.
Okay, so they'll play a decent squad.
Unless they tank that first game, unless they tank it and absolutely blow it, they're going to be a number 1 seed. The question now is, can they win the ACC tournament and be the number 1 overall seed? So I think I think they lock it up, even if they lose in the finals of the ACC tournament. It'll probably be Louisville. They may see Duke again, or they may see Virginia. One of those three teams probably. But if they make it to the finals of the ACC tournament, I think they definitely got a number one seed locked up. They win it, they got a chance to be the number one overall, pretty much.
All right. What other teams you think are possible number one seeds, realistically, for the NCAA?
Right now, I think UCLA will be one. Kentucky's on the outside looking in, but I think just their name brand may get them in there. And then the last one I think will be Villanova. So right now, those are my four: UCLA, Kentucky, North Carolina, and Villanova. I think those will be your number one.
So you have Winthrop on the 2 line.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to put them on the 2 line. That way, we probably might be able to survive to the Sweet 16. But right now, I'm probably looking at Winthrop probably being a 14 or a 15 seed with the possibility they may be in one of those stupid play-in games. So we'll see. But big shout outs. I hope they at least pull off maybe 1 or 2 upsets, and we can get some notoriety out of it, so I can do some yelling for more than one weekend.
Good point. All right. So I know this week we opened it up to Facebook and Twitter questions. Do we have any Facebook questions?
Yeah, I had one for you. Did you catch the Knicks game today with Golden State?
Yeah, I know the Warriors beat them.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me what would they think about Steph Curry here having to step up with Durant out, considering the last 2 games. The game before he went 0 for 11 on 3-pointers. And now that they had that small, big 2-game losing streak, how do you see Steph filling in for the rest of the season and possibly leading the team taking back over like he did last year with Durant out?
I mean, I think some of that losing streak we saw may just been fatigue. Just the amount of travel. They're on the road. They're going to get everybody's best shot. Yeah. There probably was some adjustment to losing Durant. There may have been some emotional kind of to losing Durant. But like the bar for them is set so high that losing 2 games in a row is news. Think about that. Think about no other NBA team would lose 2 in a row and it would be talked about this much. So I think to Tim's point earlier, the dynamic of the team, as far as on the top end leadership level, will kind of go back to where it was last year. And, they're successful playing that way. So why not go back to that? Let Curry do Curry things.
Right.
I think they'll be fine. As long as they don't, I think, worry too much about let's have, this great record. Right, let's wear ourselves out. I think as long as they just play within the flow of things, limit their minutes, they should be all right. If anything, Andre Iguodala should get more minutes now. Give him a chance to kind of do his thing a little more, if you ask me, because you're going to get the playoffs. You're going to have a high seed. Don't destroy Curry, right? Let him do his thing, but let's save his body. Because he's not this freak of nature type guy.
Yeah. We got another question here.
Right.
I've got one of our followers on our Twitter page. Thanks a lot for the question. Do you think Golden State's going to get out of the West now? They're down a man. They're weak. They don't have the defense like they had last year. Do you think the Spurs and the Rockets are a threat to Golden State coming out of the West?
I'm still going with Golden State because Durant will be back for the playoffs, and he'll be rested. So fresh, pissed off Durant.
I've never seen Kevin Durant pissed off.
Now, if they send Durant to see the Sixers doctors, then he won't be back for 18 months. But as long as he works with some other doctors, he'll be all right. And I'm gonna go with the Warriors. The Spurs, no Tim Duncan. You know,
The Spurs are in that system though. They've got that system that works, and they've got Kawhi Leonard right now, who is probably playing with some of the best basketball in the NBA right now. And not to mention, Kawhi Leonard just doesn't play offense. He's a lockdown defender. He can take Steph Curry out of the game or take Clay out of the game if he concentrated and locks him down.
Who's gonna guard Matt Barnes?
The bench.
But Durant will be back by then. So
yeah, Durant will be back.
Yeah,
it'll be an interesting matchup. But
right.
if I'm Golden State, I'm a little worried. They've got, Aldridge isn't. He's not a world beater down there, but Golden State doesn't have anybody to stop him. So that just
JaVale McGee.
Like I said, Golden State doesn't have anybody to stop him. So if he gets hot or just gets into the flow, he can cause some problems for him. And, the Spurs aren't a bad three-point shooting team either. So don't sell them short. Plus that system, plus Popovich, plus that defense they plays, I think Golden State may be in some trouble even get out of the West.
All right. Well, Tim, what do you think? Who would you pick? Who'd you pick come out of the West?
Man, I see the Spurs and I see the Spurs and the Golden State, but I'm still going to Golden State, guys. I mean, Kane says something. He's like, Leonard is a problem, one of the best in the league right now. I would not take that away. He is a threat, but them boys, Golden State, when they get on, they are on. Like, they are like fire. You feel me? When the Splash Brothers are on doing their thing, I mean, it's record breaking. So for me, to them, is to not. I just hope they're not in this mind frame that since we had Kevin Durant, that it's mostly dependent upon him. If he's out, then man, we may not be able to win, or we may just everything is not in place because this is how the setup was supposed to be, and this is unexpected. No, go back to the game plan, man. Go back to the way they was normally, originally set up to do. Win, do what they do best, win, and get Kevin Durant back, and then take it on in and see Cleveland Cavaliers. That's it.
All right.
I got another one, E. I got another one, man.
Got time for one more question? Bring it to me.
All right. With the additions of Andrew Bogut and Darren Williams, along with what Cleveland already had, and the possibility, when J.R. Smith comes back as well, do you think Cleveland is now the favorite to repeat as NBA champions?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Nothing to think about.
I think they're the favorite in Vegas to general public, but to me, like, Bogut ain't what he used to be. Williams definitely ain't what he used to be. I mean, I understand they can give you some quality minutes, but
think about how Cleveland won last year. What did LeBron start doing? He stopped taking that stupid jump shot, and he took his game down to the post.
Yeah.
He physically beat up Golden State. Now think about him doing the same thing this year, except for now you've got Bogut in there eating space as well. All Bogut's got to do is grab rebounds and block shots.
All right, I'll tell you, if they play Golden State, this is what's going to mess up Cleveland. Was last year, Cleveland, the series shifted when LeBron was guarding Draymond because Kevin Love got hurt, right? When Kevin Love got hurt, LeBron moved down to the 4. He was able to shut down Draymond, and a lot of their offense goes through Draymond because he leads team in assists. So if LeBron's willing to do that dirty work again, then I think they got a shot. But now they have Durant, so they don't have to run it through Draymond as much as they don't want to. But like I said, they have a shot if LeBron is willing to do the dirty work against Draymond. Now, is he willing to do that? I don't know. If he's not, I don't see them having a shot. I don't care who the other guys,
Hey, guys, listen. I know, LeBron, we forget about my man Kyrie. Who gonna stop him? The playmaker.
because a knee injury is gonna stop him by the time we get that far.
Oh man, come on.
Hey, let's be honest.
Like I said, don't sell Uncle Drew
last
short.
season was outside his nature. You know what I mean? He's on the shelf at the end of the season more than he's finishing the season. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it, but he's still playing great basketball right now.
Yeah.
Plus, we don't know if Durant is going to be scared of his knee blowing out again by the time he come back. So,
Nah, he'll be all right.
Kyrie's damn near unstoppable, man. He's doing his thing. Uncle Drew's doing his thing, man.
Yeah. I'm just glad he got that hairline fixed. I appreciate that, Kyrie.
He must have went and saw LeBron's doctor.
LeBron, like, hey, you got to straighten this out. You're going to be on TV with me, player. All right, so Tim, tell everybody real quick where they can find the book again, give them the name, and also tell them about the other things you offer, not just the book, but, you come out and do speeches, right?
absolutely. So, guys, again, the book, Average to Awesome, Transitioning from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be, is available on Amazon. You can also purchase it on my website, timbowerspeaks.com. Guys, listen, I help at-risk and first-generation students take their lives from average to awesome, right? And my whole intent is simple, right? To close that achievement gap, let them see exposure, let them see someone that's not too far from their age, that's successful, and that they can also be an entrepreneur. They can also go to college. They can also be an author. Whatever they want to do is attainable, and I show them how to go about doing it. So if you are looking for a motivational or empowerment speaker to come to your school, come to your conference, I would love to connect with you and talk with you about that. So school counselors, principals, event organizers, coaches, athletes would love to talk to your students, because one thing that I tell athletes is this: you are a student first, right? And it's the reason why it's a student before athlete. And I want to be able to give them the blueprint to transition from where they are to where they want to be. So guys, it's your motivational speaker, Tim Bowers, Mr. Average to Awesome. I need you to go get my book right now, Amazon, Average to Awesome, Transitioning from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be. Thanks,
Also, I have some copies that I made on a copy machine I'm selling out of my trunk. So, just joking. All right, everybody. So, appreciate you watching. Hey, make sure you check out caneice.com. Make sure you check out Tim Bowers Speaks on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and interact with him there. He'll be glad to answer your questions. Interact with us on Twitter, Kane_Ice. Hit us up with more questions. But anyway, everybody have a great week. Enjoy some basketball. We'll see you next week.
Thank y'all. See y'all.